Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a flashlight that I think is probably one of the best offerings for a no frills, no nonsense EDC flashlight, and that is the Thrunite Saber. This is a new flashlight from Thrunite, and I think is the perfect companion for somebody that wants just a really easy flashlight to use, really easy flashlight to carry, but it gives you just enough of what you need to do the majority of EDC tasks. Now, I'm the type of person that I don't like a lot of different modes on my EDC flashlights. If I want a flashlight that has a lot of different modes, it's because I'm going to be using it for a particular circumstance. But for EDC purposes, I generally use the highest output that whatever flashlight I'm carrying has. So I'm not, switching through different modes. I'm not switching through strobe and stuff like that. I just want something that's very easy. So I tend to gravitate towards flashlights that fill that need. And I think this particular light here, the Thrunite Saber, actually fulfills that need very, very well. Now, this is something that most folks are going to compare it to other flashlights out there on the market from other companies that have the same form factor, meaning size-wise, meaning flashlights that run on a AA battery, like a single AA battery. That is pretty much what this flashlight is going to be compared to. But I think this steps it up a little bit more. So taking a look at the flashlight itself, as you can see, it is a very familiar form factor, very easy, very small, easy to carry, perfect for somebody that wants a small EDC flashlight, but it's going to pack a punch. Obviously, it's in this black color here. You have a nice, design features on the body of the flashlight itself. You also do have a reversible pocket clip here, meaning it's that kind of S style, so you can clip it onto your pocket like that, or clip it onto the brim of a hat, a baseball cap, or something like that if you want to go hands-free. I do like that feature. It's not something that I use all the time because I personally don't use a lot of baseball caps, but I like the fact that it's there, it's easy if you need it, and it doesn't take up any more room on the flashlight itself. You do have some knurling at the top of the flashlight here, and then you have your tail cap switch right there. Now, when you do receive the flashlight in the box, you're going to get the flashlight itself. You're going to get your USB-C recharging cable because it does come with a rechargeable battery, and then you're going to get your instruction manual. Now, I like the fact that they do include the rechargeable battery, but the beauty of this is that if you don't have the ability to recharge the battery and in a pinch you need to throw in a regular AA battery in there, you can also do that. That is a great win for EDC flashlights, especially coming from Thrunite here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the instruction manual here just so you guys can see. So again, this is the Thrunite Saber, the user manual right here. And if you guys want to go ahead and pause this, you can read some of the different outputs there, but basically you're getting a high output of 659 lumens that is good for 170 seconds, and then it ramps down to 276 lumens good for 100 minutes. Now, I can tell you from my experience with other flashlights in this form factor that are running off of the rechargeable battery, the 659 lumens is a lot of lumens coming out of the light. But even the 276 lumens, you're right around that 300 lumen range. That is perfect. So the fact that it's ramping down to a range that other flashlights are going to be offering you as their high range is a win for me. And then you do get a low mode of 57 lumens, which is good for 19 hours. Now, as I mentioned, you are able to use a regular AA battery in here, a single AA. So with that, you obviously your outputs are going to be a little bit lower. Your high is going to be 235 lumens, good for 75 minutes. And then your low is going to be 24 lumens, good for 14 hours. So again, they do ramp down a little bit, but in a pinch, if you have to throw it in there and use it, you can go ahead and use it. Now, when you first receive the flashlight, the head of the flashlight is actually going to be turned a little bit. So it does tell you to go ahead and tighten down the head in order to start using it. That's done basically to lock it out, so in case the tail cap switch does get activated during transit, you won't waste the battery or cause any type of issues. Now, taking a look at the battery inside, it is a 920 milliamp 14500 3.7 volt battery, and then the charging port is actually directly on the battery itself. So again, if you ran out of battery and you had to plug it into charge with the included USB-C cable, you can actually set that to charge, and if you still had to use your flashlight, you can drop in a AA in there and use it for the meantime until that is finished charging, and then you can go ahead and pop it right back in and start using it with the rechargeable battery. So again, really, really awesome options. Now, as I already mentioned, I love the fact that this is not loaded with a bunch of modes or anything like that. You just get two modes, high and low. I normally gravitate toward high using the majority of my flashlights, so I really like that. Now, I like the fact that the tail cap switch is, it's got two stages, so you do have, if you lightly press it, you have a momentary on, so you can cycle through the low and high, and then if you want to go ahead and click it on, you have your constant on, and then if you click it on again, you have your constant on high. Now the light is also available in two outputs as far as the color of the light. You have cool white and neutral white. Cool white is that kind of more white color light. That is good if you want, just a very bright light. Neutral white is more of a yellow color light, and that's what you see here. This is the neutral white option. And what's good about this is if you're using it to shine on something, it's going to give you a more realistic expectation of what that item is. And the best example of that is if you're looking at, let's say you're an electrician and you're looking at wires and you want to know the difference between a dark blue wire and a black wire, the neutral white is going to give you a better representation of those colors versus the cool white might be a lot brighter, and it might, just overpower the colors of the wires themselves. So in certain instances, it's good to have the cool white versus the neutral white. So I'm glad that Thrunite went ahead and sent me the neutral white, because I tend to gravitate towards cool white lights, but once in a while it's good to have a couple different color ones to be able to have that. So again, very easy to use. That is the beauty of this. I don't have to worry about cycling through modes and stuff like that. I know I can turn it on, it's low, turn it on again, it's high, back to low, back to high, and then even if I just need to bring it out and look at something real quick, I can lightly press it, use it for a couple seconds, and then let go, and I don't have to worry about clicking it on or off or anything like that. So I think Thrunite coming out with this Saber model, especially in this day and age where a lot of flashlight companies are trying to pack as many features and as many modes and stuff like that into the flashlights, it's always refreshing to just get something that's simple, easy to use. I love the form factor. I love the fit and finish of this. And then the size itself is very manageable for majority of EDC tasks. So if you have this clip onto your pocket, if you have it in a backpack, if you have it in, like an EDC pouch or something like that, these fit great into those slots and those pouches. So I would definitely recommend that you take a look at these. I'm going to leave a link below to where you can pick them up if you guys are interested. Again, for the money, for the price, you're getting a really awesome flashlight. What I'll do now is I'll give you a little bit of a realistic expectation of the usage of this. A lot of times people will go outside and they'll show you beam shots and stuff like that. This is for me an EDC flashlight. I'm not going to be using it to shine down the street or anything like that. I'll probably be using it if the power goes out at home, if I'm looking for something underneath the couch, if I'm trying to walk around at night inside my house or something like that. So that's what I'll show you guys right now, so you guys can see some beam shots of the Thrunite Saber. Alright, so I currently have the camera set up in what we call a landing room. This is a game room in my house. So it's completely black in here. All the lights are out. It's completely dark. So I'll go ahead and shine the light. You'll see a couch. You'll see a couple of TVs and some shelves and stuff like that. So we'll start with the low, which is 57 lumens. Again, you're still getting a pretty nice hot spot where you can shine this light around. So inside here, I can see stuff inside. In front of me right here, the couch. There's those TVs. There's the wall. So this is perfect if I just need a little bit of light just to kind of get around the room. If I need to look underneath the couch or something like that, I can go ahead and do that. But if I wanted a little bit more light, maybe to light up a lot more of the area, I'll cycle now to high. Again, 659 lumens. As you can see, it's a little bit wider spot right there, but it's a really nice tight circle. I can see everything that's going on. And then normally what I would do with a flashlight like this, if I really wanted to light up a whole room, instead of pointing the light directly at something in front of me, I will actually point it at the ceiling like this. And this actually gives me a lot more light in a smaller area. So as you can see, the light is bouncing off the ceiling, and it's 659 lumens perfect to be able to see whatever it is that's in front of me. I can see this whole room right here. This area is actually probably around 20 feet by 13 feet, I would say, is the measurement of this room. But I can see everything that's going on anywhere in the room in here, and if I did need to look at something more specific, I can now shine the light right at the area. So let's say I wanted to look underneath the TVs or something like that over there, or underneath the couch here. I'm able to do that with this flashlight. So the Thrunite Saber is a great option, especially for majority of the EDC tasks that you're going to be using a flashlight of this size and this output for. So let's go back to the table for my final thoughts. Alright, so as you can see, the Thrunite Saber is a great option, especially for EDC purposes. Really easy to carry. It doesn't weigh anything thanks to that aircraft grade aluminum body. And then just the reversible pocket clip has a lot of options. But just the simplicity of the output, but even though you're only getting those two outputs, it's pretty much what the majority of folks are going to be needing from an EDC flashlight, especially something this size. And then even at that, the output of 659 lumens on the high, and even 270, what was it, 275? Yes, 276 lumens once it ramps down to is pretty much what you're going to be getting. It's more than what you're going to be getting from a lot of flashlights out on the market in this particular form factor, and even when it ramps down is pretty much what you're going to be getting then. So you're not losing anything, especially because they do include that rechargeable battery. And just the option to be able to throw in a AA if you really needed to, if you were in a pinch or something like that. AA's are readily accessible pretty much everywhere you go, so you do have that option also if something were to happen to the battery, or if you're just in the process of recharging that battery thanks to the included USB-C cable here, then you're not left without a light versus other lights that you might have to charge it through the flashlight itself, or maybe they don't allow the usage of AA battery. So I think the Thrunite Saber is definitely a win, especially in this day and age when, like I mentioned already, a lot of folks are trying to pack a lot more features into a flashlight that maybe are not necessary or wanted by everybody. So as I mentioned, if you guys are interested, I'll leave links below so you guys can check these out. Thrunite makes a great product, and the Saber is definitely one of those that is hitting the market now. And I think it's a lot of folks are going to be blown away by it once you get it in hand. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.